So within this triangles kind of study guide, we're going to need to use SohCahToa, but we can only use SohCahToa when we have right triangles. There are some situations where we're given a right triangle and some where we have to create it, like if we're trying to find the height of a triangle. But either way, we can't use SohCahToa unless we're dealing with a right triangle. So in this case here, we're going to need 2 out of the 3 things. And I'm specifically going to go over sine and cosine. Tangent's the same, except that it is opposite over adjacent. But for example, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So I need 2 out of those 3 things, either the angle and the opposite side, or the hypotenuse and the opposite side, or the hypotenuse and the angle. I need 2 out of the 3 of them. Same idea goes for cosine. I need 2 of the 3 variables to be able to solve for this kind of an idea. So when I'm working on this here, for the first one, solving for a side length here, what I have to do is I see that this is 62 degrees. I see that I have the opposite side, which is CA or AC, and I'm solving for BC. So in this case here, I'm actually going to be using tangent because I have the opposite and adjacent sides. So for BC here, I'm going to say tangent of our angle 62 degrees, is equal to the opposite over the adjacent, which is what we're looking for. So now I'm going to go ahead and multiply x to both sides and then divide by tangent of 62. So I get x equals 8 divided by tangent of 62 degrees. Make sure your calculator is in the degrees mode if you're using a graphing calculator. And then just do 8 divided by tangent of 62, which gives you your answer of 4.25-ish for side BC. For the second one, this is also asking for a side, but just know that you can also solve for an angle. You would just have to use the inverse sine, cosine, or tangent. That'll come up in another video that you're working on. So in this case here, we know the angle, we'll do a different color here, angle is 58.4. I have the hypotenuse, and I'm solving for BC. So in this case here, I'm looking for the adjacent side, and I have the hypotenuse. So I'm going to say cosine of 58.4 equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse. I multiply both sides by 16. I plug in 16 times cosine of 58.4 into my calculator, and that gives me my value of x, which is 8.38-ish for side BC.